Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Subramani. So, as part of the gap assessment series, the one final report that we are going to see is a Power BI report, right? So, Power BI, it's an excellent business intelligence tool or a reporting tool which can help a management to look into a normal Excel sheet. Converted into a graphical format and makes a meaningful data and everything. And as you know, always a picture speaks more words than the written text, right? So it would be easy for us to understand a picture than tons of content and everything. So how do we do that? So in our last video, we have seen about admin droid. If you have not seen it, please check into it and then come back. So let's see, how do we create a Power BI reports for Microsoft 365 portal, right? So go to powerbi.com. It's a software as a service, or you can even install that as a local desktop. But I would prefer software as a service, which is app.powerbi.com, right? And you have to log in to the same tenant where your Power BI was actually, sorry, same tenant as your admin droid was actually installed. And this is the tenant that I actually use, and this is my tenant name and everything. And I already have a pro license with me. If you don't have a pro license, that doesn't make a, I mean, like it doesn't impact much, but you can get a pro license free for 60 days on a trial, which you can activate it, right? So this is an empty Power BI workspace. So what I'm going to do is, like, I'm going to go to this apps, and I'm going to get a new app. If you see, I don't have any apps, it's empty. I'm going to get an app, and there is something called as Microsoft 365 Usage Analytics app, right? Click on this and click on get it now. And if you see, this is how an usage analytics will look like. So this is an executive usage analysis where we have seen the same thing on the admin droid, but this is through Power BI, where it connects to your tenant and it observes all the details of Exchange, OneDrive, SharePoint, licensing, usages, and everything, right? So you can see a couple of pictures over here. So this is how it will look like once after we fully set it up, right? So this is an enabled users versus active users, and you will be able to see much more in detail, right? So click on get it now. And before that, this is free, so you don't need to worry about, right? And this is generated from Microsoft. It is hosted by Microsoft, so it's obviously free. So click on get it now, and once it is done, click on install, and it will get installed on your workspace. Sorry. Once it is installed on your workspace, what we have to do is, like, we have to connect that to our particular tenant of 365. I'll show you how to get a tenant ID. Let this get installed first. Okay, now if you see, my app is ready, and click on go to app. Okay, so here it says January 2021, which means it's a dummy data. And on the top, you can see it says viewing the app with the sample data. Click on connect your data, and again, as I mentioned for the admin droid, you should be a global admin to connect it once, only then the data gets populated successfully, right? And it asks for a tenant ID. And where do you get a tenant ID? You have to go to your Azure portal, and on this Azure portal you have to click on enter ID. And on the enter ID, here you can see the tenant ID. So copy the tenant ID and paste it over here. Click on next, and it asks you for an SSO login. So OAuth login. So click on sign in and connect, and then it will ask you for your login. So this is my login, and I'm a global admin. So by default, it automatically accepts and it connects, and then it starts refreshing. If you see, it starts refreshing the data, and on the top you can see you're viewing this app. Refresh is in progress. So the refresh will take at least 15 to 20 minutes of time. Once the refresh is completed, you will be able to see the latest data, and you can see the refresh is failed. So we can see what is the reason for it, right? So we can just go to the apps, and this is my app, sorry, on the workspace, and I can go to this particular workspace, and this is my data connect, right? So I can just click here and I can just see what type of data it is and why it is not getting connected. So here you can just see the error. Okay, so it says like the credentials that has been provided is invalid, right? So let us try to recreate it and remodify it. So again, go back to this, connect the data, paste the tenant ID. Next, let us choose basic. I'm actually choosing OAuth, sign in and connect. And let me try to connect it now. Okay, the refresh is in progress and we will see it in some time, right? And this is how the usage analytics of Microsoft 365 can be viewed. Try this and then let me know if you face any issues or concerns, right? Thank you and have a great day.